Welcome to Hero Villains. Thank you for always following and supporting the channel. In your opinion, who would win in Nekron vs Trigon, the clash between the Lord of Death and the Supreme Demon? Nekron is the embodiment of death. He is not merely a dark entity, but the very source of all endings. As the master of the Black Lantern Corps, Nekron exists outside the normal cycle of life and death, representing absolute nothingness. During the Blackest Night event, he proved that he was not an ordinary conqueror, but a force seeking to erase the light of emotion from the entire multiverse. Nekron's powers include soul manipulation, resurrecting the dead into the Black Lantern army, immunity to most physical and energy-based attacks. He is nearly immortal and can only be harmed when the emotional entities unite their power. Trigon is an ancient demon born from the negative energy of millions of worlds. As the father of Raven, Trigon possesses destruction on a multiversal scale. He can manipulate reality, distort space, unleash immense magical energy, and invade the minds of his opponents. Trigon is living fury, devouring dimensions to expand his hellish empire. If these two forces were to clash, it would be a battle between pure death and an omnipotent demon. Before we go deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Nekron is known as the Lord of the Unliving, an entity standing at the final boundary of existence. He does not merely command death, he embodies it. Born from the collapse of the emotional spectrum, Nekron became the incarnation of pure darkness, representing the moment when the heartbeat stops and the light in the eyes fades. He exists as the absolute opposite of the life entity, the sworn enemy of every living being in the universe. With the power to summon the departed to serve him, Nekron has repeatedly turned battlefields into moving graveyard. He frequently confronts the Green Lantern Corps, the force that carries the light of will against the endless night he represents. Yet his true origin remains shrouded in myth. On several occasions, Nekron attempted to breach the mortal world. When Captain Atom experienced a brief death, he encountered various embodiments of death, such as Death of the Endless and Black Racer. Each entity reflected a different aspect of death, but Nekron surpassed them all, representing the undeniable law of the universe. Death as the ultimate adversary no one can escape. In his ambition to seize the life energy of the planetary quantum field, he coldly orchestrated the hero's death as a calculated move. When he appears, the sky seems to darken, space grows heavy, and time itself appears to slow in an unspoken dread. His presence makes even the bravest warriors realize that they are facing not merely an enemy, but their own final destiny. After the events of Final Crisis, Nekron did not fade into oblivion. He returned from the deepest shadows in Blackest Night, carrying a more terrifying vision than ever before. This time, he did not attack individuals one by one. He created the Black Lantern Corps, an army of the dead bearing power rings, turning the graveyards of the universe into a frozen battlefield. In the darkness of that war, Nekron struck down Anti-Monitor and absorbed him as an energy source for the central power battery placed on the planet Ryut in Sector 666. That deadly battery could not be fully activated until two lanterns, Ash and Sarek, accidentally touched it, becoming the first victims to trigger the catastrophe. Facing a threat spreading across space, the representatives of the Seven Corps of Light were forced to stand together. Hal Jordan, Carol Ferris, Sinestro, Atrocitus, Larfleeze, Saint Walker, and Indigo. One combined their strength and unleashed the purest beam of life energy into the central battery, believing that the light of life could burn away the darkness. Yet, that effort only made Nekron stronger. He seemed to have anticipated everything, as if the resistance itself was the final piece needed to complete his power. The horrifying climax came when he resurrected Batman as one of his most loyal warriors. From there, Batman was manipulated into killing and then resurrecting numerous heroes such as Animal Man, Donna Troy, Green Arrow, Ice, Kid Flash, Superboy, Superman, and Wonder Woman as Black Lanterns. What they shared in common was that each of them had once crossed the boundary between life and death. Nekron coldly declared that they had never truly escaped him. They were restored to life only because he allowed it, so that one day they would serve his purpose. The light of the stars was swallowed by hollow eyes glowing black. Those who were once symbols of hope became walking nightmares on the battlefield, and at the center of it all, Nekron stood as a supreme judgment. proving that for him, death is not an ending but a tool to rewrite the fate of the entire universe. Nekron exists like a conscious void between atoms, like silence weaving between planets. When necessary, he releases dark tendrils that coil tightly around his prey, like night-crushing dying light. Nekron does not merely bring death, he is its very definition. With a single motion of his hand, he can bring down a powerful guardian. When approaching the quantum realm, he once harbored the ambition to erase all life, turning the universe into an eternal silent expanse. He can summon departed souls back, control them like chess pieces, even transform them into mindless undead. Nekron also manipulates the structure of space. He tears open the darkness to expand gateways linking two worlds, while interfering with the flow of space and time to prevent any attempt at sealing him. The most terrifying aspect lies in his immortality. Even if his physical form is destroyed, his consciousness can transfer into another being to be reborn. The more souls drawn into his domain, the more powerful this entity becomes, causing his presence to swell beyond ordinary limits. When the number of accumulated souls grows large enough, Nekron reaches a low multiversal level, strong enough to rival or surpass his own previous powerful forms. He is considered stronger than the Green Lanterns and even the pre-Crisis Guardians. Nekron's power shifts over time. Each fading life is a new ascent. As the death toll rises, he surpasses emotional entities such as Parallax and even the White Lanterns. He once overwhelmed Sinestro, a character whose power was comparable to Kyle Rayner in his White Lantern form. Nekron can even injure the White Light, damage the Spectre, and kill Volthoom, a battlefield where millions of souls leave their bodies, each final cry echoing like an offering to the darkness. Nekron does not need to advance. He simply stands in the void, feeling power surge into him like a dense black tide. Nekron can battle the highest symbols of power. He has fought Wonder Woman, confronted Captain Atom, and even the pre-Crisis Guardians of the Universe. Under pressure from warriors capable of altering planetary fate, Nekron remains unshaken like an unbreakable law. Nekron's absorption ability is nearly without limit. His true essence exists everywhere. He is the darkness wedged between atoms, the emptiness stretching between planets. Before the first light appeared, he already existed, and when the final light goes out, he will still be there. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. It will help us very much, and you are the greatest. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Trigon. Trigon the Terrible is not merely a powerful demon. He is a nightmare-given form. Originating from another dimension, Trigon became the supreme ruler of a twisted underworld where darkness and suffering are the only laws. His birth was stained with evil from the very beginning. He was the result of a ritual between a female member of a mystical cult and the entity they worshipped. But the child born was not a miracle. It was a vessel containing all the corrupted energy cast off from Azarath. The very moment he was born, Trigon slaughtered everything around him, including his own mother. At 6 years old, he wiped out a planet as if it were mere entertainment. By the age of 30, he had conquered millions of worlds within his dimension. His power was so immense that civilizations collapsed because of a single passing thought. Arella, a woman drowning in despair, joined the Church of Blood with the desire to destroy Trigon. Yet during the ritual, he appeared in the form of a charismatic man and married her. When Arella became pregnant and realized the demonic nature of her husband, it was already too late. Abandoned on the brink of mental collapse, she was rescued by monks from Azarath and brought to that peaceful land to give birth to Raven. Raven grew up under strict discipline to control her emotions, for even the slightest disturbance could unleash the demonic legacy inherited from her father. When she learned that Trigon intended to conquer Earth, Raven chose to stand against him. She sought help from the Justice League, but was rejected because Zatanna sensed the demonic blood flowing within her. With no other choice, Raven turned to the Teen Titans, a group of young heroes willing to place their trust in her. The tragedy of Trigon's destructive ambition lies in the distorted father-daughter relationship between him and Raven. He crushed his daughter's spirit in order to break the seal she created through the gem on her forehead. Each time Raven chanted to imprison him, it was not merely a battle between hero and demon, but the choking cry of a daughter forced to rise against her own bloodline. Though he was once sealed, Trigon's influence never truly vanished. His darkness always lingered in Raven's mind. waiting for the slightest opening to seep through. And then the inevitable happened. Trigon broke free from his chains, descended upon Earth, seized his daughter's body, and in his fury destroyed Azarath, the homeland that had raised Raven. When he appeared in his gigantic form, 4 eyes blazing with sinister light, the sky itself seemed to crack. The members of the Teen Titans gathered to resist him, and even the Justice League joined the fight. Yet before an entity from another dimension, their strength seemed insignificant. Trigon easily overwhelmed them all, proving why he is regarded as one of the most powerful beings. Trigon's power surpasses ordinary limits. He unleashes demonic energy as devastating attacks, even from all 4 eyes at once. His body can alter its size at will, towering like a crimson mountain among the clouds. His physical strength is enough to crush any structure with a single swing of his arm. Almost no physical weapon can inflict significant harm upon him. As an ancient being who has existed for millions of years, he is completely unaffected by time. Trigon can also reshape matter at will, transforming entire planets if necessary. He creates countless demons under his command, opens interdimensional gateways to other realms, and even grants power to others, as he once bestowed psychic abilities upon Simon. Within that setting, Raven is not only fighting to save the world, she is fighting to preserve herself. Each time Trigon laughs, the ground trembles, and her heart feels crushed by the cruel bond of blood. Yet, in the deepest darkness, Raven's will shines the brightest. Trigon is not merely a powerful demon. His physical strength is enough to crush a city with a single motion of his hand. As an immortal entity, he exists beyond the concept of life and death. Even when completely destroyed, including his soul, Trigon can be reborn within his own realm, as if death were only a brief sleep. His regenerative ability reaches a divine level. He flies freely between dimensions, unleashing destructive energy from his hands, from his scepter, and from his blazing gaze. He can alter elements, manipulate biological structures such as repeatedly stopping and restarting Wally West's heart, or reflect Cyborg's sonic attacks without the slightest hesitation. Trigon also possesses absolute defense. He erects solid force fields before Starfire and Wally, bends reality to turn humans into clay, and crushes their will in agony. Every law bows before his will. Trigon manipulates blood, fire, lightning, and weather. He can cause blood to boil within a victim's body, incinerate targets with flames, summon thunder, and engulf Earth in storms. He shatters the barriers between dimensions, opening pathways through reality itself. He possesses Raven, absorbs hundreds of billions of souls to amplify his power, manipulates the minds of others, and projects his spiritual image into distant realms. He can change his form, shrinking to that of an ordinary man or growing into a colossal figure towering like Titan's Tower. With a mere thought, he hurls the entire tower and sends Wally spinning through the air. He teleports instantly, appearing behind Raven in a blink, then flies straight from Earth to Azarath as if distance does not exist. Each step he takes cracks the ground, souls tremble like candles before a raging storm, and amid it all, he stands calm like a god of destruction, proving that to Trigon, reality is simply soft clay to be shaped at his pleasure. Trigon absorbed all the evil of that dimension into himself, transforming into the being who dominates the entire realm. He has demonstrated the ability to fight on equal footing with or surpass Darkseid Avatar. Trigon has defeated the entire Justice League and the Teen Titans multiple times, including Superman, and he has managed to contend evenly with the imp Mexi-Z-PTLK from the 5th dimension. Trigon is also one of the most powerful entities in the entire multiverse. In a universe where life and death constantly struggle against one another, Nekron, the embodiment of absolute death, silently expands his power from his shadowed realm. In another dimension, Trigon senses that rise. With his arrogant nature and hunger for domination, he cannot accept the existence of a force capable of competing for souls. To Trigon, this is not merely a threat, but a declaration of war. Without hesitation, Trigon invades Nekron's realm of the dead, proclaiming that he will devour every soul to increase his power. In response, Nekron summons fallen heroes, transforming them into a cold legion of guardians, welcoming the invader with terrifying silence. Trigon begins with immense hellish magic. Crimson energy beams tear through the darkness, incinerating the Black Lanterns and shaking the very foundation of the realm of death. He summons legions of demons that surge through the grim space, their roars echoing like a storm, step by step, forcing Nekron deeper into the shadows. But Nekron does not panic. He observes. He waits. The Black Rings quietly absorb the fury and pride burning within Trigon, gradually draining the source of his emotional power. Then, Nekron retaliates in the cruelest way. He summons the souls of Trigon's victims, including his sons and countless innocent beings. They rise with hollow eyes, becoming Black Lanterns and attacking directly into the tyrant's mind. The air thickens with whispers of resentment. Trigon roars, bending reality and turning the realm of death into a sea of towering flames. But fire cannot burn what has never lived. Nekron stands amid the blazing red inferno like a shadow that cannot be erased. In his rage, Trigon assumes a colossal form and uses ancient magic to tear at his opponent's soul. It is a moment that shakes the universe. Yet, Nekron unleashes the full power of the Black Lantern core. He absorbs every remaining emotion within Trigon, transforming them into invisible chains. Pride becomes a burden, rage turns into a blade that strikes back at its master. In a single cold instant, Trigon is transformed into a Black Lantern, an undead version of himself. Nekron's scythe swings, severing every connection between Trigon and the dimensions that once nourished his power. Despite his unmatched might, Trigon still carries the essence of life and emotion, and that is his fatal weakness. Nekron uses Black Hand as the final instrument. Piercing the Demon King's heart, the hellish light extinguishes. Trigon collapses, becoming a soul imprisoned forever within the realm of death. The winner? Nekron. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. Follow me if you like. That is today's video. Thank you very much.